Hello and welcome in to another Mythic Masters unboxing video. For this video, we have a pre-release kit of Magic Marvel's superheroes. I was able to pick this up from DZ Comics and Gaming in Moore, Oklahoma. What we did here is we opened up a pre-release kit and we put together a deck based on the cards that were opened. If you would put together a different deck based on the cards that were opened, let us know in the comments below. All the pricing you will see here are TCG Player pre-sale pricing as of June 20th, 2026. I will be popping in from time to time to provide commentary, but we're all here for the packs, so let's get to it. Hope everyone enjoyed that. What I will be doing at this point is sorting all the different cards by color. Now, normally in a regular pre-release, I would do this as I'm opening. However, I was doing a opening pack, so I just went back to my normal mode of opening. So what I'm going to do here is set them all out by color, and then I'm going to go through each individual color and pull out all of the uncommons, because a lot of times the uncommons will kind of push you in a particular direction. But for the most part, I try to go for what I have in multicolored, especially in sets like this that have really powerful cards that are multicolored. So I'm going to go through, pull out all the uncommons here, and then I go through the multicolored. I see here that Captain America is a good choice. War Machine can be played with white, so I'm not going to have to use the red for it. And then what I'm contemplating here is if I can splash for black. And I'm not entirely sure if I can, but I set it aside for now. And then I go look through it, especially considering my promo was a blue-black card. And I have not been able to use the promo card I have gotten in a pre-release kit ever. I've been to probably 20 pre-releases, and I never get a promo card that actually works with the deck that I want to put together based on the cards that I've opened. So looking through a lot of my multicolored cards and my rares, I have a lot of really good cards in blue and white. So I'm going through my blue and white here, and I want to make sure that I actually have some removal, some way to deal with things. And I didn't have a lot when I was going through the uncommons, but then I saw 2 Deep Powers and 2 Frozen in Ice. Now that's decent to get things going, but it's not quite enough to make things work. However, when I was going through the white cards, I noticed I had 2 web ups, which are very, very helpful. But between those 2 and the 4 that I have in blue, I think I had enough removal and enough ways to deal with bigger things that I'd be able to put together a blue-white deck that's really on the small end. Also, that officer that taps down an opponent, I have a blue creature in there that also copies the activated ability. So I was able to use that a couple times actually when we put together the decks. It was very, very effective. So essentially what I'm going for here is probably going to be a blue-white deck, little bit lower on the little bit lower on the mana curve. Sorry about that. So what I do here, I've kind of decided at this point I'm going blue-white, but I want to go through each other color just to make sure I didn't miss anything. You also don't want to forget to go through your color list. A lot of people pull the color list aside when they're opening their packs and completely forget they can go in any color combination. After I pulled out the color list that I need, I went through my mana base and then my mana rocks, my dual lands, just to see if I can splash the 3rd color. And unfortunately, I did not have the cards in order to splash it. So I won't be able to use that promo card yet again. Hopefully on the next pre-release, I can do so. But from here, I'm just going to go ahead and lay out the deck that I have. Now, obviously, I'm going to have a little bit more than I should have, but what I like to do is lay out the deck completely, kind of see where my mana curve is, and then I can kind of determine if I'm going to go down as low as 15 lands or all the way up to 18 lands, depending upon what my deck's trying to do. And once I see what my mana curve is, I can kind of determine from there which cards are going to work with my deck and which ones are not going to work with my deck. So for here, I'm just going to lay out the creatures versus the non-creatures, count them all up, and see where I'm sitting. I kind of decided at this point I'm pretty low on the mana curve, so I want to stick to 16 lands. I don't need 17, but I'm not low enough on the mana curve to go to 15. So based on that, I had to remove 6 cards, and these are the choices that I made. Let me know in the comments below if you would have chosen to eliminate other cards. Some of these here really care about artifacts, and I don't have that many artifacts to be worried about it. Some other cards just were looking for interactions like Connive that I did not have enablers for. But these are the 6 that I ended up choosing to take out in order to make room for everything else. Now, at the end of the day, it's just a pre-release deck, so you shouldn't take this too terribly seriously. And I see a lot of players get to this point on their pre-release, and then they mentally just break down because they can't break down the last 2 or 3 cards. It's not that serious. Usually you want to just kind of go with your gut, and you want to go for cards that are not interacting with your other cards in a way that's going to be useful. With all that being said, those were the 6 cards I removed, and this is what the end result ended up being. Let me know what you think. And now it's time to sleeve it up and to watch me fail in editing. I was going to try to do something after the fact by slamming it down or bringing my hand up to the camera, doing the flick stuff, but I couldn't figure out how to do that editing trick, and all I did was ended up embarrassing myself here. I got frustrated, took the gloves off, and just decided to sleeve it up myself. Thank you for everyone who took the time to watch this. Check out our website at www.mythic-masters.com to find out everywhere you can find us. Until next time, subscribe so you don't miss another unboxing video, and don't forget to like this video. Alright, this animation means it's time for the recap. Now this is all TCG player pre-sale pricing. Like I said, for the rares and mythics we were able to pick up $48.67 in value, the bulk $23.54 for a total of $72.21. Now it costs us $38, which leaves us a profit margin of just under $35 if all cards were sold. Thank you for joining us.